Look at these vegetables and peppers and spices. It looks beautiful. So what are you making today?
We're making our signature dish. It's called Junglee Laal Maas. The dish is actually from Rajasthan, and which was made with a game meat. But today we're making it with goat, and the very fiery peppers are used in this dish to reduce the gaminess of the meat.
All right, well, fiery, that sounds pretty good. How hot are we talking here?
We're talking about 6 or 7.
6 or 7, okay. Well, I'm sure that's gonna be a lot for me to handle. But what kind of peppers are you using to create that heat?
We're using Guajillo because it has that bright red color, which is very important to the dish. On the heat level, this is about like 0. But this one here is the Indian chili peppers. This is on the scale, it's about 9. They're really fiery, hot peppers. Also, we are using some jalapeños and some Thai chili peppers and habanero to give that extra kick to the dish.
Oh man, 5 different types of peppers. So what are the next steps here in the process?
So first we marinate our meat. So we take the goat and put that in the bowl. So first we're gonna add turmeric, the degi mirch, which is a blend of different kind of red peppers, coriander, cumin. This is garam masala, which is very essential in Indian cooking. And this is also a meat masala spice blend. Some salt for taste. Then we add yogurt and definitely some ginger and garlic paste.
This is a lot of flavor.
Oh yeah. Indian food is all about spices and flavors. Now we'll mix it all together. It helps retain some of that spice flavor into the meat before you start searing it. Now we have to set it aside for 45 minutes. But fortunately, we have one that's already been marinating for 45 minutes.
Came prepared, Sanjay.
Yeah, we did. We're going to sear the meat first, by one.
Oh, I like the sound of that sizzle.
Oh yeah. So after you lay out the meat, we're not gonna touch it for a minute or 2. Make sure we have a nice golden crust on one side of the meat.
And you know, goat, it's kind of, it's tough, right?
Yeah, it's much more leaner than lamb, and it takes a lot of time to braise. And then we'll just flip them.
I probably don't eat enough goat myself, but I think Americans more and more are pretty comfortable with eating goat these days.
Oh yeah, yeah. More and more every day. We source our goat from a local butcher in Maryland, and he's able to do the cuts that I want.
Nice, so it's local and fresh.
It's local and fresh, yes. So the next step is to take out the goat and add the whole spices and onions so we can extract the sweetness out of the onions. So after we brown the onions, we'll add the goat back in with some more spices, and then we'll add water to the pan and braise it for an hour and a half. So while all this is happening, we're going to make the Laal Maas sauce. So we're gonna take the vegetables and the peppers and we're gonna grill them to form a nice char on the vegetables. When we blend all these veggies and peppers together into a coarse paste. And that's going to be our Laal Maas, which is going to give a really bright red color that's essential in making the dish.
Oh my God, chef. This looks so good. The color is so beautiful. I'm a little worried about how spicy it's going to be. But I'm ready.
It'll be okay.
All right, let me dig in here.
You should be feeling the sweetness first, and also the bone marrow, and it's incorporated in the gravy.
That goat is so tender and so flavorful. And you know, the spice doesn't hit you right away,
Right.
but it gets you.
Yes, it gets you like after. So that's the right way to taste, experience Indian food. Is first you should feel sweetness on the first bite, and then you should feel all those aromatic and fiery spices in the back palate.
You have customers who come in and they're used to kind of the toned down version of Indian food. They're a little surprised, you know, at the levels of heat.
Yeah, but I've heard not that many complaints. I think people would be more adventurous and would like spicy cuisine if the spiciness is balanced with the right kind of sweetness in a dish. And Indian food has tremendous potential in balancing some of those fiery peppers.
But you know, as I've taken a few bites, you know, the heat level's starting to show up as
Right.
well. And so what do people do to counter, you know, if the spice is a little too much, you know, what are your strategies?
So yeah, just to cool down things, we have our in-house raita that you can have in between eating spicy food.
All right, and I got to go in for some of this naan and raita because the naan itself is glistening, which I know is a good sign. So refreshing.
Yes,
It makes me want to go back,
clears your palate every time.
have a little bit more of the Junglee Laal Maas. It's so good, Sanjay. And I gotta say, when you told me it was gonna be a 6 or 7 on the heat scale,
Right.
I was worried that was gonna be a 9 or 10 for me. But it's so balanced, so flavorful, nice heat throughout. Fascinating watching the Junglee Laal Maas be prepared. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.